We can all relate to the burden of soaring egg prices the past couple of years, but would it surprise you to know that while the large egg companies said they had to raise costs to keep doing business, they actually ended up making record profits, and not just by a little.
Joe Dana has our Verify story tonight, looking at whether the nation's big egg producers made big money off inflation fears.
After those ridiculous prices, the question is, are we the consumers the ones left with eggs on our faces? Let's start with a tweet from a U.S. Congresswoman, Katie Porter, known for being a champion for consumers. She wrote this: "The nation's largest egg producer saw profits rise by 600% last year. Here's what we know. Egg prices peaked at a nationwide average of $4.82 a dozen in January of this year. They are back to more manageable prices of $2.07 a dozen. No one disputes there were legitimate reasons for higher prices, but a report by Farm Action confirms what many suspect. The report analyzes profits of the largest egg producer, Cal-Maine. It controls 20% of the market and sells under brands like Eggland's Best, Safeway Select, and Land O'Lakes. During a 6-month period when egg prices were soaring, Cal-Maine enjoyed at least a 5-fold increase in gross profit margins. So we can verify that, yes, the nation's largest egg producer saw profits rise 600% last year."
Do Americans have a right to be livid and a right to ask what happened here?
Absolutely. If companies were just charging what they had to afford, their higher costs, then you wouldn't see such record high profit margin increases. And I think consumers have every right to question that.
Claire Kellaway of Open Markets Institute says there are ways to hold companies accused of price gouging accountable, but it takes time. Earlier this month, a federal jury in Chicago ruled the same egg producer, Cal-Maine, and others rigged supply and prices during a period in the mid-2000s. The court decision is a long time coming, but still, Kellaway says it sends a message.
A lot of antitrust cases don't go to trial, and it's pretty significant that a jury found that the companies were guilty here.
Kellaway says more reforms are needed to prevent companies from manipulating markets. The Justice Department and state attorneys general can investigate alleged incidents of price gouging. Joe Dana, 12 News.
All right, Joe, thanks. Still